Hey, and welcome to the Seer Circle and some more free tarot and in-depth tarot readings today. Hey Aisha, hey Jean, thank you so much for being here. I'm using a new streaming system, so if you can just tell me if you're receiving me well, all well and good. And happy bonfire night day. I'm just going to cleanse the cards. And today I'm doing something. Thanks, Jean. I like the sound of the crackling fire. I don't know about you. And thank you so much, Jean, for your donation as well. Really appreciated. Hey, Danny. Thanks, Jean. So, as requested by Danny, and I know other people might like this as well, and kind of as a bonfire night special, I wanted to bring in the oracle cards as well. So I do have some specific love oracle cards for those that want to focus on love and would like that. But I've also just got some general ones. Janavi. Hey, Janavi. Great to see you there. Great to see you here, even. Thank you so much. I've got these, Danny Baby, yes, the oracle cards. And I like these are the Urban Crow oracle cards. And I believe this is the same person who did the Guardian of the Night tarot deck, which I also use as well. So Danny, I'll hey Aisha, thanks for letting me know. Danny, when we get to you, and if anyone else would like an oracle, just sort of drop that in the chat when I give you your name a call. But other than that, I'll be using the Muse Tarot. So Aisha, let's get started. I'm just going to double check back on your question. Why is it hiding your question? Aisha, can you just pop it in the chat again? I'm sorry, I know, I just want to get the details of it because I think it was quite a detailed question. Aisha, you might be typing out the question. I'm just trying to see because it seems to have hidden your question from me. Thank you. So Zaid or Zaid, sorry about my pronunciation if that's wrong. Is he the kind of guy who flirts around with girls and smokes? Ooh. He's proposed me for an arranged marriage. Wow. Okay. So, like I said, I'm an energy reader. So I'll have, thank you, Aisha. I'm going to have a look at his character. Okay, let's do an energy read on Zaid. See what we can get. Spirit, please bring a clear message through for Aisha regarding Zaid, regarding this person and their character. think this is brought through your energy, Aisha, on how you would need to be with this person, because it is about needing to stand your ground. The 9 of Inspiration is all about boundaries. So I feel like that kind of energy from them is that they could test and push your boundaries. So there could be quite a lot of energy needed from you, Aisha, to define exactly what you want and what you need from this relationship. So yeah, I don't know if that's how much you know about them, or if that's your intuition that is giving you a red flag about this person, because this is, this is given the spirits come through with guidance for you, Aisha, on how to deal with this person. It would require you to be direct and clear and need to stand your ground. So that suggests to me someone who would test and push your boundaries. So I don't know if that's a good place, obviously, to be starting from, because it can be very demanding to be in that position. So do what you like with that info, Aisha, but that gives us insight into their character, someone who would push the boundaries, and how to deal with that person if you were to pursue this connection. Okay, Jean, if you've got your question, I believe you're next, Jean. Okay, Jean, no problems. Hey, Nat Nat. Okay, what does Jean need to hear right now, please, Spirit? Page of Materials. You are making progress, Jean. You are going in the right direction. It will require patience. It can cause some frustration as well. Frustration and patience. I feel like this energy has been coming up for you a lot, where maybe it can be to do with your housing situation, because it's materials, and this being earth energy, the material world, etc., physical, actual physical, tangible in the 3D. And often feeling like things aren't going as how you would like, things aren't moving as quickly as you like, and but there is actually growth happening, progress is being made. The Page of Materials is also about inspired action, so actually kind of getting to grips with the material world in a new way, in a deeper way, and kind of being faced with those practical issues, which can be challenging and require us to be very focused and almost not to come from an emotional place as well, is what I feel. This just requires being consistent, Jean, whatever you're dealing with. Like, say, it could be this housing situation. I know it can be difficult, but try to just come from it from a very practical point of view, and almost detach emotionally from this kind of roller coaster ride that you might be going on, and to take heart in the fact that you are making progress, even however slow it might feel. it is unfolding in the right direction and how it should. Thank you so much, Janavi. I really appreciate that. Hey, Lavanya. Thank you so much for being here. If you just want to see the pinned comment, if you'd like a free reading. So moving on, and Rajeshwari, thank you so much for being here and subscribing and liking. I appreciate that. Awesome. So Danny Baby, let's go to, so we've got Danny Baby, we've got Nat Nat. Janavi, have you got a reading in there somewhere as well? Danny Baby, the question, what question would you like to ask? Have you... So Lavanya, if you just subscribe, pop your like in the chat and wait to be called. If you just view the pinned comment, it's the white band at the top of this chat. Awesome. Danny Baby, a general message for me with the Oracle deck. Absolutely, the Urban Crow. This is going to be interesting, you doing this different reading. My cards boxed. Okay, Spirit, message for Danny Baby, please. General message, what does she need to hear right now? That felt like a long time. Ooh, teamwork. Harking back, I think, Danny, to, I believe this has come up for you about, this can be in business, but it can be in another area. Okay, so tell you what resonates here, Danny. But this is about not trying to do it all on your own. Drawing on help from others. There being significant people on your journey, on your path, who are going to help you achieve what you want to achieve. There's a lot of it, almost what I'm drawn to when I see this in the Oracle deck is that there's actually a lot of people here. I wonder if this is connecting maybe to building relations as well with your followers, Danny, as well, because I know that you use social media to reach more people, and that obviously being part of your journey and reaching out to other like-minded people and connecting to them online. Yeah, learning to receive help from the right people. Exactly. It can be very difficult to actually receive help. Most people have quite a lot of issues with regarding giving and receiving, and there being some kind of balance. But yeah, just because there's so many people here, that flagged to me, Danny, about your outreach and your online presence, and digging into that in whatever way that you can do to promote yourself more. Kind of don't shy away from that, lean into that. So it might not just, doesn't have to be in real life relationships. It can be online relationships, connecting to other people within your business, within your line of business, online as well, who can give you advice or that you can draw inspiration from. People who've been there and done that before. What have they done? I mean, I know you probably already do this, Danny, but I just feel like this has come through to, yeah, lean into that. Yeah, some people give with expectation, don't they, as well? Give in, and then they want their kind of pound of flesh back. I'm glad that resonates, Danny. Thanks for that question. Hi, Ivo. Hi, Ivo. Thank you so much, Janavi. So this is your number 3, Janavi. So this is you. I've got the Oracle deck. I've got all the decks going today. I've got the Tarot. I've got this Oracle deck, the Urban Crow, or I do have the Hidden Truth Love Oracle. If you wanted to use that, Janavi, let me know. Ah, pound of flesh. Yeah, exactly. We all know, we know those people, don't we? They tend to give you stuff that you didn't even ask for as well, that you don't really want. Oh, Oracle card, Janavi. Okay, so the Crow, Janavi, or do you want the Love? Spirit advice currently. I think that you want these, Janavi, the Crow, if you, with the question that you're asking. Spirit advice currently for Janavi. Okay. Energies are overwhelming. Yeah, dealing with emotions with that story and focusing on career. Okay. Message for Janavi, please. Feeling overwhelmed. Protection. So protecting your energies comes through now, Janavi. Working on that. There is this soulmate energy here between these 2 crows that I'm drawn to as well, and they're both protecting this egg, which I think a few messages here, Janavi. One, sort of protecting this connection, and somehow only being able to do that psychically and energetically at the moment, Janavi. There isn't any action that can be took here, but you can, in your heart and in your soul, have an awareness of protecting this connection between you and Akshay, that being on your mind. But also another message about this egg representing your emotional health and your energies. Like you say, that you're feeling overwhelmed. You are focusing on your career, which is a positive action to take. You are leaning into that, and doing the right thing there, sort of as a distraction, and that's also where you want movement. Yeah, so you haven't stood still and let this drown you, even though it might feel that you emotionally are drowning, but you are actually, you've took steps towards towards your own happiness. Be very mindful about areas where energy is being drained and which is seeping out. in what ways can you work on that to protect it somehow, going within, looking within, almost like a very introverted energy I'm seeing here that is needed, and kind of try to take peace and calm in the fact that you can sort of psychically and spiritually protect this connection. I hope that resonates with you. It's very kind of specific message that comes through. Hey Rhonda, yes, Rajashwari, you are on the list. Yes, rest your mind. If that's where, when the mind spins, yeah, introverted energy, we can withdraw, bring our energy back, yeah, whatever the way that you can do that. Okay, bear with me 1 second. Okay, Nat, I believe you are next. Let me know if you want an oracle or a tarot in your question. If you could just drop it in the chat. This is for Nat, if you're still here. Hey Nat, tarot, cool. Was it just a general Nat? I'm sorry, if you want to pop your question back in the chat, thank you. Just if you can pop your question, Nat, in the chat. I think it was... I'll just wait for you. I imagine that you're typing. Oh, for December. Awesome. Okay, Spirit. Message for Nat, please. December energies. Knight of Voices. Some kind of clarity, Nat, some information. This could be a person actually coming towards you as well. A Knight of Voices coming in fast. This is positive energy, okay? This is, I think this is the person, because yesterday, I believe, when we were looking at David's energy, the Page of Swords came through. So this is that same person. I do see a new person coming into your energy field, Nat. And it's this Swords energy. It's someone who is, they have a lot of enthusiasm, this person. They like to talk. They've got a lot to say. But in a nice way. It's nice energy. It's not arrogant. And it feels fresh. And I feel like this is going to be good for you. So the new information could be them expressing how they feel, asking you out on a date, kind of letting you know that they like you, that kind of vibe, that kind of energy. They could be younger in age, or they could just be youthful in their energy, yeah. So this feels very positive, and again it aligns with you're getting a lot of repeating messages, Nat, which is interesting. It's always good to sort of have that purity of message as well, and that clarity. But I definitely feel like this is somebody coming in, and it's good energy, and they've got something to say to you, something positive to say to you. Thanks, Janavi, for clarifying that. That's great. Yeah, guys, so if once you've obviously gotten the list by posting your number, so anyone new here, or obviously this is a new system that it's relatively new. But if to get on the list, post your number, subscribe if you're new here, and then when I call your name, if you can have your question ready, that would be awesome. So like Janavi said, Rajeshwari, who is next, if you have your question to post in the chat. And if I call your name and I don't hear from you, then you will be skipped. You're welcome, Nat. So, Rajeshwari, I think you're maybe not here now. So I'm going to keep it moving. Lavanya. Thanks, Rhonda. Lavanya, if you're here, if you have your question. Yeah, people are in and out quick, right, Janavi? Risha? No. Aniket? No, Aniket either. Rebel? Hey, Eva, if you want to read in, just check the pinned comment, please. Nobody's here. Okay, Ivo, do you have your question? Oh, Aniket, you're here. Awesome. Pop your question in the chat, Aniket. Okay, I'll do Aniket, then Rebel Raw, and then Ivo, I believe, and then Rhonda. So, Aniket, I'm just waiting for your question. Thanks, Rebel. So, I don't do yes/no questions, Aniket. Thanks, Janavi. But I can have a look at their energy surrounding this situation to get us insight and guidance. Okay, Aniket? Okay, the World Cosmos Aniket. So this is a major arcana, and it does depict a shift, because the World Cosmos is about old chapters closing out. So in relation to this, with regards to shifting teams. So I'm answering the question that you've put, Aniket. I'm just reading it in a different way because I know you asked for a yes, no. So the World Cosmos is about a shift. So it's about about chapters closing out in order for new ones to begin. So I do see a shift in your workplace circumstances. It may take some time, is what I see when the World Cosmos card comes through, because there is that element of closure that needs to happen. Okay, first, Aniket. So it might be a bit of a process and requires some patience, but I do see that shift that you want and that change and a positive, a new chapter within that workplace. So hold on to that energy. If it gets a little bit frustrating, things need to be kind of done properly. Maybe there'll be, obviously, imagine processes in place. But like I said, I do see that new beginning for you. Okay, Rebel Raw, this is for you. General for November, and then we've got Ivo after that. Rebel Raw, General for November. Page of Inspiration. Movement, change, inspired action. Okay, so Rebel, I feel like if there's a situation that you have wanted to see movement in November, you are going to get that. This is ruled by the element of fire, this card, which is all very action orientated. Okay, Rebel Raw. It's about following your heart's desires as well, and about really focusing on action, getting whatever movement. What I've read this card before, and it's about not waiting for situations to be perfect, okay, but instead the focus being about just getting some movement on a situation, kicking up the dust. The energies, the timing is right for that, okay? The energy is behind you, the energy is with you. So what this can apply to any situation of where you've wanted movement, if it's in love, if it's in career, a passion project, but it's connect to our heart's desires and our ambitions. We see this explosion of inspiration. So I imagine that you could be getting some downloads, Rebel Raw, as well. I'm glad this resonates with you. Yep, slow and steady. It's good to hang in there, isn't it? And dig deep when in these lulls, like that's as important. But then there's sometimes I feel like November is bringing in that it's time to strike action. So if you felt that stagnation, I'm sure you're ready. It's like, you know, when if an arrow being pulled back and then being able to get the green light in November, and getting that movement that you want in that area that's been frustrating. So follow that inspired action when you get those downloads. Obviously listen to them. I feel like you are ripe and ready to capitalize on any opportunity coming towards you and follow that ideas. It's about coming from our heart center rather than our head. That's fire energy, yeah, passion. I'm glad that connected for you, Rebel. Ivo, do you have your question ready, Ivo? Hey, Tia, Bia, and AK. AK, just pop your like in the chat. Subscribe if you're new here. I think I have seen you before, but for anyone new here, Do subscribe for a new reading. Sorry, free reading. You're welcome, Rebel. Ivo, thank you. General for November, absolutely. Focused on work as usual. Right. No worries. Message for Ivo. We seem to have a lot of like 12s. I've got 3 like 12s. Ivo, please bring, sorry, Spirit even, please bring a message through for Ivo for November. What energy is coming? Great to have you here, AK. If you're new, if you want to subscribe for a free reading. This is for Ivo. Not Eva, but Ivo, just to make that clear. Yeah, Genovia, I see that. Lots of people are having the same like. Three of Emotions, Ivo. So this is a card of taking, I always read this card as taking some time out to try and focus on stuff that you just enjoy for enjoyment's sake, that you found joy in. Okay. So socializing with friends, connecting with loved ones, family, that kind of energy. So it's funny that you said, because I know that you're focused on work, so maybe work is that takes up obviously a lot of your time and a lot of your energy in Ivo. And if it's possible to try to refill your cup. This is a card also of celebration, so if you are waiting on some news, this can be good news coming through and you're actually celebrating something with loved ones, some kind of success or milestone. But it's more about focusing on your emotional side, Ivo, your emotional life and journey, and carving out, however small, some time to fill your cup so you don't get drained, reaching burnout, etc. And connecting with people that you feel comfortable with, and that be that friendships or family, that there's that they can help fill your cup as well. So not to isolate. Always with the 3, it's about not to try and do everything on your own as well. So to try and connect, make that time to connect with people that we just enjoy spending our time with, and how fulfilling that can be. So focusing on your emotional life in November, Ivo, trying to seek those moments of joy between all that work, the stuff that we have to do. Yeah, thanks so much, Janavi, really appreciate this. So guys, when you're popping your like in, thank you so much, Rhonda. Just to clarify that it is obviously the thumbs up, what number that you get. Just making sure, because we're just getting multiples of the same number. Okay, Rhonda, finances for November 2024. Oh, jumping about. Spirit, finances for Rhonda, November 2024. Positive movement forward, Rhonda, with this. Eight of Inspiration is fast moving energy. Positive energy as well. I always see it as it's like riding a wave when we get this energy. Being able to get focused, getting the green light on situations, you being able to finally get that movement, again, that one's energy after a period of stagnation. It feels very much about getting on the right track. I feel like, you know, you have a very determined, this is you represented here, you have a very determined energy here, Rhonda. And this will, so I feel like you're ready to go and ready to, you know, put the work in, to make whatever needs to happen happen. So however that manifests in your finances, but it's finally you being able to get the train on the track, and get things moving in the direction and see the progress that maybe has been missing. Be careful not to burn yourself out with this, because determination can, with this card, can sometimes lean into burnout and obsession, fixating. So capitalize on this opportunity in this movement, but don't let it kind of drive you crazy as well at the same time. You will get there. You will get there. That's what I see. Okay. So we have AK next. If you have your, guys, everyone, if you can have your questions ready, thank you so much. AK, if you are here. That's nice, Rhonda, that you've got that movement. It was a very focused energy, so maybe through this that you've made that connection and be able to get focused, yeah? All the best with that, Rhonda. SG's feelings for you, AK, sure thing. Are you in a connection or no contact, AK? The more sort of detail you can give me, the more personalised the reading can be, but obviously just share whatever you're comfortable with. Spirit, what are SJ's feelings towards AK, please? Anxious, worried energy in their head. This is the card about, so you're in no contact, thank you for that. So if we're reading their energy, obviously looking behind the curtain to see what's happening for them, the Eight of Voices is about someone who is imprisoning themselves with their own negative thinking and negative thoughts. Things aren't as bad as they actually feel and seem, but they're in a dark place about this. about the no contact situation. Okay, they seem to be thinking the worst, not able yet to feel a way out, see a way out, feel a way out. This blindfold, it's like they're kind of blinded to the situation. They're not able, they need to shift out of this anxious energy, this anxiety, in order to see the situation clearly. They tied themselves in knots. See, this person is tied up. So they're not able, there's no movement at the minute, AK, because of this, because they're so in their head. Don't know if there's someone as well who has a tendency to overthink, or it could just specifically be about this connection. But they are in a dark place and need to really pull themselves out of this before we can see any movement with regards to this connection. Hey Milky, I don't do health questions, so I don't do pregnancy, health or legal. If you want to ask another question, just subscribe and pop your like in the chat. Yeah, totally, exactly, AK. Inside their head, anxious, overthinking, worries, thinking the worst, you know? Needing to shift out of that kind of energy. The paralysis analysis expression. Okay, so Tia Bia, if you have your question ready, you're welcome, okay? So we've got, just so everyone knows where we're at, we've got Tia Bia next. If they're here, you have your questions ready. We've got Janavi, and we have Scorpio. Hey Crystal, thanks for being here. Thanks, Tia. Jay, the Leo's feelings, actions towards me. My birthday celebrations are coming up, okay? And we've been no contact for a week. Let's see what's going on for them. So Milky, just I don't do pregnancy, health or legal. I'll so just have your question ready when I get to you, Milky, but I'll have to do a different question if you still want one. This is for Tia Bia. Leo's feelings. Knight of Materials, I do see them coming towards you, Tia Bia, coming back in. Look at this horse moving in, yeah? Knight of Materials is quite slow moving energy, so it might take them some time to come back around. Does require some patience on your side, so try not to stress. I would say if you're fixating on maybe as each day goes by, it feels like it gets further and further away about them coming back in. That isn't the case here, okay, Tia? You just need to, I know it can be difficult, but trust this time and have patience with this. Almost hold on to that feeling of knowing that they are coming back through. On their side, I believe that they're figuring stuff out in their own heads and wanting to come back in. The Materials has actually very genuine energy. It is grounded and it is realistic. So I feel like that when they come back through, it will be with a good energy. They'll actually have So whatever the issues brought you to this no contact, I feel like they'll come back in with a kind of energy that they do want to work it out. Materials, if we think of it about, it's ruled by the element of earth, so it's about being consistent and stable and wanting to work things out and wanting to work things through, which is just the kind of energy that you want to see if you've had struggles and difficulties. But yeah, just it may take some time coming through to you, Bea, but try not to fixate or stress on the time. Almost try to see this separation as them getting themselves ready and in a good place, just like you can do on your side to get yourself grounded and centered and clear about how you want to go back into this connection to you, Bea, okay? So what needs to be worked on? What were the issues so that you don't just keep repeating this cycle? Yeah, we want to move forward, not just go round and round. So yeah, see this separation as even goes far as say a positive thing, a time for you to reflect and a time for you to, when you do reconnect, to do things differently, to do things better. Hope that resonated there. So we have Janavi next. Yeah, I'm glad that that made sense to you, Tia. I think Janavi's at work, but I'll just, here we go. Crow Oracle. Okay, so you're seeing, oh, was it Iva who said that about the 11 energy was strong? Because I know the number 11 is, it's considered a master number, which means it's got a unique vibration. Yeah, it's about intuition, dreams, spiritual guidance. I wonder if this is about your, let's see what the cards say, but I'm wondering if this is about the clairvoyancy that we talked about before, Janavi. I don't know if you've dug any, if you've had the energy or the time to dig any deeper into that. Let's see what Spirit says. What is Spirit trying to tell you? Oh, risk. Encouraging you to take a risk of some kind, Janavi. You want to focus on career now, sure thing. That's where the energy is taking you. So like I say, the number 11 card is connected to our intuition. The oracle card that's come through is about taking a risk. All this choppy waters here, like making waves. I feel like this crow here is actually almost seems to be, oh no, it's a shell, isn't it, that we see? That they're getting a shell on a rock that's surrounded by choppy waters, so a sort of almost a risky situation, going for what you want by taking a risk. So maybe it could just be that a green light and encouraging you, because I feel like you are, with this move that you're making, this is what first comes to mind, that this is the risk, and that it's encouraging. So that's what these 11 numbers that you were seeing, it's like nudges and pushing you in that direction to continue on that path. Yeah, that's exactly what came to mind with regards to this move to another country. If there's something more immediate that you can do as well in your day-to-day life, if you breaking out of your shell, because we see shells here as well, so that comes to mind, breaking out of your shell, doing things that you don't normally do. I don't know what that would look like to you. Meeting with people that you don't normally meet with, saying yes to situations that you might naturally kind of say no to or shy away from. So it can be that overall arc of just being a bit more taking risks. But I think it's also encouraging you on, it's almost like the biggest risk that you're taking, which is this move. And I feel like it's encouraging you, and that your intuition is guiding you to do that. With the 11, following your intuition. If anyone else wants an oracle card as well, please do let me know when I call your name. Yeah, mix things up. In whatever way you can, whatever that can look very different to different people. Getting yourself out there in the world as much as you can socially, if that's something as well. Open yourself up to new experiences. Thank you, Scorpio. That's awesome. You're welcome, Janavi. Can I ask what the energy is around Kenny and I forming more than a friendship? She certainly can. We are friends currently, but we have a history and just back in contact. Interesting. With him more so, just back in contact with him more so than last month. Absolute Scorpio. Let's see. You want the oracle as well? Awesome, yeah. And Scorpio has 1111. What does that mean to you, Scorpio? What does your 1111? Is that your number? Let's have a look at Kenny's energy though. Surrounding, forming more than a friendship. Spirit is having a cosmic joke with us, Janavi. Ooh, Scorpio, upheaval. Look at this, like, strong wind energy, disruption. This whole, it's almost like a tower energy when we see this from the traditional deck. This sort of tree has been upended, yeah, like the roots are being pulled out. This is you two, this is your energy here. So take what resonates with this, Scorpio, okay? Because we were looking at this is giving us insight. I don't know if you have been through a kind of tower moment. It's like a serious situation of upheaval and things being, someone's kind of world being rocked, really. And I feel like this could be Kenny's energy as well. I don't know if this has been shared yet between you. It can be about past relationships. It can be about other circumstances. You know, it can apply to anything, finances, practical issues, or it can be our emotional life. But this is like, I feel like that you could be each other's shelter in the storm. But there's something going on here, like I say, I don't know if you know about it yet or if it will come to light. Maybe this has been the catalyst of why you've had more contact. Like you say, you're back in contact in the last month, and something's this is what's kind of triggered that. I feel like that you could, this will deepen the bond between you. But there is as well with upheaval that I would advise you to enter into this slowly. There is a deepening of a connection here, and like I say, you could be each other's, I'm hearing, shelter in the storm. But this, like, there's so much going on here that it needs to settle as well. So be each other's friend and bond, deepen that connection. Be there for each other. This is maybe what's going to bring you together. And allow, anyway, that this will need to settle in time, but this could be a positive repercussion from this tower moment. Okay. Well, yeah, there we go. I don't want to use the term like trauma bond, but it's almost like that. I feel like that this is what's going to bring you together, yeah? Is like that need to find someone and connect to someone that you feel like you know and maybe can trust and rely on, and deepen it from there, so that it's almost like you've been brought together through those crazy situations and that upheaval. I keep hearing, yeah, shelter in the, be each other's shelter in the storm, which is actually really nice energy, isn't it? It's like something good can come from difficult situations, because you will understand each other if you've both been through that. So you get each other on that level and can help each other. So nice energy. Something good from something difficult and painful. Right, moving on. Ba, ba, ba. So we have Scorpio, and then okay, Crystal. Oh, thank you. Post your question. Oh, is the artist I think I'm talking to online RG the person to claim to be? So that isn't how I would read the tarot, Crystal. I don't do yes no questions, so I mean, I can do an energy read on them, but I just really, when it's that removed, you know, if it's like an online connection, and just asking if that's a real person that he claims to be. That feels like not something that would be right for tarot. Please do post another question though. So and if anyone new here, I'm an energy reader, so I look at situations between you and a person that you actually have engaged, you know, really sort of real life situations. Thanks for understanding, Crystal. You and career, money, that kind of thing. Would you just like a general message, Crystal, instead? I know that you've been here time, so I don't want you to kind of go without. I'm just going to pick a general message from Spirit for you, Crystal, so that you do get a message and see what comes through. We've got the Moon card, which is a major arcana crystal. So it tells me that there are significant energies around you in your energy field at the moment. And the Moon card can talk about not allowing our insecurities to get the better of us. So if a situation, I mean, it can be this situation, if it's triggering you. This is all about, the Moon is about our intuition and about trusting our intuition when we haven't got the full picture, when we're being kept in the dark by someone, by a situation, and we haven't got that information. It's almost like that other card that we had earlier, where I always see the Moon. It's almost like that you're blindfolded, you're going through, you're trying to move forward, yeah, in a, me too, Starseed, absolutely. It's a very mysterious energy, yeah, much like the Moon. But I see it's like going through a dark tunnel. And you know, obviously at night time, when it's like our feelings seem to get bigger at night time, our minds can play tricks on us, our eyes can play tricks on us. And the only way to really navigate that situation is to really tap into your intuition, your gut, and however fine that thread is, you know, however thin it might feel, and take a lot to actually trust our intuition. You know, it sounds like a simple thing to do, but we're being told every day really to not trust our intuition, to just only believe fact, what's in front of us, what we can touch, what we can feel. The Moon flies in the face of that. So don't wait for all the information. You know, it sounds like that you've done your research, saying the situation, and you want kind of absolute clarity. I don't think you're going to get that. You're in a Moon situation, so you just need to trust your gut on this, trust your intuition, listen to those red flags. You know, let that be enough, Crystal. Let that be enough. It sounds like you have those doubts, and that is your intuition trying to tell you something. So listen. You don't need like absolute fact in this situation in order to follow it. People get themselves out of very tricky situations by trusting their intuition and their sixth sense. And we need to do that more, really, as a society, I think, as a culture. Thank you, Janavi. Hey Nick, just pop your like in the chat please, and subscribe if you're new here. Thank you for being here. And just have your question ready for when I call you. You have Thank you, Starseed. So yeah, Crystal, with that, only I guess, like, you know, that what is trusting your intuition to you, you know, if you feel like that you're not being catfished. No, I'm not going to obviously advise you either way. But yeah, the moon can be about insecurities and situations bringing up insecurities in us. So if that's what it feels like more to you, take what resonates. Starseed, what does Kinjal think of me? Should I even contact her? What's the situation, Starseed? Is this like a relationship that's broken down, or just share what you're comfortable with? But the more info I have, you're welcome, Crystal. The more info I have, Starseed, the more sort of personalised reading you can have. Let's have a look at Kinjal's energy, though, with regards to this connection. Starseed, so this is a split energy when we see the Two of Voices. So Kinjal is feeling undecided. So I don't know if you're, like, say if this is a new connection or where you're at with that, but this is Kinjal's energy is currently in a place of indecision. We used to be close friends, but not anymore. I feel like we both miss each other and she might have some message for me, okay? So potentially undecided here is their energy. This will shift, so this is just current energy, okay? Or if you want to move this forward by reaching out to them, I don't see anything from this card to say no, not to do that. But they've got some, for some reason, they've got some angst energy in their head, Starseed, about this, and like I say, Two Voices is all about being stuck really in a place of indecision. So with regards to this connection, maybe just stuck about if they want to move forward with this, go one path or go the other, stay in no contact or reach back out. If this was quite a close, like you say, used to be close friends. So be aware of this, Starseed, and let this kind of let this guide you on how you want to move forward with this. I'm glad this makes sense to you, yeah, that they are still in that place. Now you can, if you feel sort of driven or guided to get some clarity, you know, for your own needs on this, Starseed, to almost push this kind of energy, push them down one road or not, to get closure on, to get proper closure on this if you're not going to move forward. Or it's a bit like, okay, so you know, are we going to reconnect or are we not? I need to know, because at the minute it's just up in the air. So you want answers, yeah, and they're in this place of mixed energy. So you can, if you want, you can try and force someone's hand and get your answer that way if you feel like you need closure. Oh, did you hear the dog? Yeah, my next door neighbours have got a new dog, a cockapoo. So apologies. I hope it's not going to be a thing. The dog says force this person's hand and get a decision from them. That's almost the kind of energy that I feel like that, yeah, that you might want to move forward with, to force the hand so that you can move on either way, together or separate. I hope that resonates. Okay. So Great Gator. I'm glad that wasn't too intrusive with the dog noise, thanks. Great Gator, here we go. My name is Priya. Yes, I like dogs too. I want a dog, but it's not possible at the minute. You're welcome, Starseed. So Great Gator, this is for you. And then we've got Nick. Hi, Nick. So Priya. My name is Priya Shiv Sundaram. Thoughts and feelings for you. Ooh, lovely energy. Knight of Emotions, an offering of love, an offering of romance, offering of some emotional fulfillment for you, Priya. So I'm assuming that this is, you know, romantic by nature. And they are coming towards, it's very clear cut, this card really. They are coming towards you with an offering of love, of romance. They have an open heart. There is potential here for this connection. They certainly want this to develop, and wherever you're at in this connection, they want to deepen the connection, move forward with it. Emotions is in the traditional deck is Cups, ruled by the element of water, connected to our heart's desires, romance, love. Have an open heart, allow this in, welcome it in. It's something nice, it's something pleasurable, with the opportunity for emotional fulfillment. Okay, so really nice energy. Another great energy of, if we're doing a romantic read, always nice to see this come through, because it's very simply a kind of a clear offering of love, romance, and someone wanting to move forward in that way with you. Beautiful card. Hey Nick, what is your question please, Nick? Pop it in the chat please. If you're still here. I think you are. Maybe not. So guys, I'm coming off at 2:30 UK time now, so it's 17 minutes past. But if anyone would like some final questions, Janavi, thank you so much for your help today. I can't even speak. Thank you so much for your help today once again, making my life so much easier. Pop any final questions in the chat. I've got the tarot, I've got the Urban Crow Oracle, and I've got the Love Oracle. So get your last questions in quick if you want any, because I've got 10 minutes. But if that's everyone, thanks Janavi. I will be back on, so I'm off tomorrow, and I will be back on Thursday for another live session. So I'll confirm the time. Hopefully you guys can make it there. Thank you, Janavi. That's always nice to hear. Oh, here we go. We've got Nick. So we'll do last question for Nick. My intuition says she's got caught cheating, pregnant. I'm not sure what your question is, Nick. If you want me to do an energy read on this person, pop your question in. So I'm not really clear on the situation, Nick, or the situation, but what I will do is pull a card on this person's energy, that who's in your life, that you're obviously having a situation with. Guidance for you. Spirit, please bring through a message for Nick. Guidance and insight, please. It's a major arcana, Nick, so this tells me there's significance, okay, of what's going on for you, of this person, okay? And this is, obviously it says awakening here. And I feel like that this is you having really an epiphany of sorts. It's about really having a time to reflect, okay? This is a period of reflection. So maybe you've had an awakening about someone, so you thought they were this kind of person, but they turn out to be someone very different, okay? And this can change us as a person as well, and kind of really make us reassess our lives and our relationships. I feel like Spirit has come through to really acknowledge the impact that this situation has had on you. And what you really need to do is allow this situation to really commit to the truth on a deeper level. I feel like to kind of almost really accept this situation. So if people have betrayed us or hurt us, we really need to kind of learn how to process and absorb that information, and really accept that it's true as well. It feels like this kind of energy is around you, Nick, that there's still some resistance or kind of wanting things to be different, or fighting the situation, trying to get it to be something that it's not. You really need to allow this situation to change you and absorb it, absorb the truth, take it in on a deep level, and then allow this to inform your future decisions moving forward. But it's a real sort of eye-opening situation that feels quite life-changing in how we kind of view the path forward, and changes us on a deep level. And I feel like there's something that you're resisting here, which you need to let go of. It's about releasing some kind of energy that you're caught up in, wanting things to be different. And I feel like there needs to be some kind of acceptance here in this situation. Allow it to change you. Allow it to almost break you down so that you can build yourself back up. it's like a spiritual awakening of sorts, really. It's that kind of impact when things like this happen to us and change us as people, yeah? So I hope that resonated and offered you some comfort. It was a kind of a deep message, a big message there to end on. But that's why we're here. That's what we do here. So thank you all for everyone who joined me today. I really appreciate you all being here. Thank you to Janavi again for all your help and organisation. I will, like I say, be back on Thursday. I'll confirm the time later today or tomorrow, and I hope to see you all again then. If anyone would like a personal reading, more in depth, the link is in my bio. But I hope to see you all again soon. Love and light. Take care.